Let's now shift our attention to what is happening in the Gaza Strip, where there appears to be no end to the nightmare that's been inflicted on the people of the Gaza Strip. The violence continues to escalate. The humanitarian crisis is getting even more worse, with hopes of any kind of peace repeatedly being shot down over and over again. The United Nations and the aid organizations have described the Gaza Strip as a mass grave of the Palestinians and those who are coming to their help. They've also warned of a potential collapse of the medical system in the Gaza Strip. The medical aid agency Doctors Without Borders has accused the state of Israel of deliberately blocking humanitarian aid to the devastated Palestinian-occupied territory. It has said that there's absolutely nowhere that is safe for the Palestinians or those who are trying to help them. An estimated 400,000 Palestinians at this moment face what are being described as life-threatening shortage of food, water, fuel and medicine. Now, Israel has intensified its campaign of bombarding the Gaza Strip. According to reports that are coming in, the possibility of peace still is very, very far. Now, in yet another incident in a bombing by the Israelis in Gaza City has killed a noted photojournalist and 9 members of her family who have been killed in this Israeli attack. Another air bombing targeted the Kuwaiti field hospital in Al-Mawasi, killing a medic and wounding at least about 9 others, including patients and healthcare workers. Now, this attack has raised further concerns about the safety of the medical facilities within the region. Now, more than 30 people, that is 30 Palestinians, have been killed in just the last 24 hours due to bombings by the Israelis in areas such as Beit Lahia, Al-Burej, Deir al-Balah, Rafah and Khan Yunis. Now, the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu made a rare visit to the occupied northern Gaza Strip. He met with the Israeli troops who are staging the attacks there and reaffirmed the Israeli government stance against the establishment of a Palestinian state, which is necessary for a two-state solution. The Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz announced that the Israeli forces will remain indefinitely in the Gaza Strip to serve as a buffer between the Palestinians and the Israelis. The Israeli Katz said that humanitarian aid will be deliberately kept out. The dire situation extends to tens of thousands of the displaced Palestinians in occupied West Bank as well, where the Israeli troops are forcing the Palestinians out of their homes as part of their military attacks even in the West Bank. And according to reports that have come in, this is the largest displacement of the Palestinians from West Bank since the Israelis illegally occupied this territory in 1967's war. Now, the Palestinian Authority is looking for empty homes to try and rent for any of the families. It says that it plans to bring prefabricated containers to house some 20,000 displaced Palestinians. But like much else of the Gaza Strip and the occupied West Bank, these are very distant wishes. The positive reality remains a long way away from the reality on the ground, where people are being dispossessed of their land.
I'm standing in a youth sports center in Tulkarm in the West Bank, where about 60 people are sheltering here after Israel launched a widespread crackdown on West Bank militants at the end of January in what Palestinians say was the largest displacement in decades, displacing tens of thousands of people. But now people in this center, as well as these other community schools and collective centers, say that they need to start thinking about leaving. Some people have already been kicked out. Plans are in the works to create some mobile structures for people to live in, but it's unclear when that will begin, and even when it does begin, it can only house several thousand people, if that. Some people that I've spoken to have said that they have absolutely no idea where they're going to go if they are kicked out, and that they might just have to sleep on the street.